Hey guys, Mr. Riz here, and I'm going to help you guys go through the optional review. So remember, you can download this and practice. This would be a really good resource to try to use on the test. If you can do this, you're going to have no problem with the 2.1, 2.3 quiz in Algebra 2. So I'm going to go through this, and yeah, if anytime you want to just pause the video, try it on your own and watch it to see if you got it right, that'd be a good strategy. So first question here, which will be like the first question on your test, is what is the vertex, or what is the equation in vertex form of the parabola through the, okay, yeah. What is the, well, good morning, here we go. What is the equation in vertex form of the parabola? So that means, okay, we want to do y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. That's vertex form. If the vertex of 2, 4, so h is 2, k is 4, and passes to the point 3, negative 3. So x is 3, y is negative 3. So let's set it up. We got to figure out what a equals because we got to know a, h, and k. We know h and k already. We've got to figure out a. So let's plug in y. It's negative 3 equals, we don't know a. X is 3 minus h is 2 squared plus k is 4. So let's see, this would be negative 3 equals, all right, 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1. So 1 times a is just a. Plus 4. We can minus the 4 over, so a would equal negative 7. So that means our final answer would be y equals negative 7 times x minus h is 2 squared plus k is 4. There we go. Okay, I'm going to do number 3 over here because it's just easier for me to screen this way. All right, problem 3 here. What is the vertex of the graph, the function? All right, vertex of the graph is always at the point hk. And since this is not in vertex form, this is standard form, we have to remember that h equals negative b over 2a. So let's see, h would be negative b, would be negative, b is 4, and then 2 times a is negative 1. So let's see, h would equal negative 4 over negative 2, so h equals positive 2. So the vertex is going to be at 2 comma something. And then to figure out what k is, we're going to take that number and plug it back into the original function. So k equals negative 2 squared plus 4 times 2 minus 11, which would be, all right, 2 squared is 4, so times a negative, that'd be negative 4. 4 times 2 is 8, so plus 8 minus 11. So let's see, that'd be 4. 4 minus 11 is negative 7. There we go. So 2, negative 7. Probably could have easily figured that out by typing that equation into Desmos and just finding out the min or the max. All right, let's do the next problem here. All right, we got a transformation of the function x squared, which is a parabola. We're going to shift it to the right 5 and up 6. All right, so that means it'd be right 5 would be x minus 5 in parentheses squared, and then up 6 would be plus 6. All right, if we want to write this in standard form, we need to FOIL this out and add 6 to the end. So let's see, this would be an x minus 5 times x minus 5. We've got our plus 6. So we need to distribute the x first. So x times x is x squared, x times negative 5 is negative 5x. Then we'll distribute the negative 5. So negative 5 times x is negative 5x. Negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive 25. We still have our plus 6 at the end. We just need to combine like terms then. There's only one x squared. Our x's, we got negative 5 and negative 5. That makes negative 10x. And at the end, we got 25 and 6. That is a 31. So there's the answer there. All right, next, the path of a projectile launched from the ground is y equals, okay. Graph the equation, okay. I guess we really didn't need to do that, but what is the maximum height in feet that will reach? So how high will this graph go? Well, we know that height is also the vertex, is at hk. So if I can find this k number here, I can tell you how high that goes. So we can find h by doing negative b over 2a. Now technically there's a plus 0c, but we don't really need to know that because it's not part of our formula. All right, negative b. So negative b is 160. over 2 times a is negative 16. All right, so that means h equals negative 160 over 2 times. Okay, that's negative 32. Divide that, that should be 5. What we just need to do now is take that and plug it back in to get our k. So negative 16 times 5 squared plus 160 times 5. All righty, let's see if we can do this math in our head. All right, 5 squared is 25, and 25 times negative 16 is negative 400. All right, plus 160 times 5 would be half of 1600, would be 800. All right, add them together. Negative 400 plus 800 is positive 400. So what's the maximum height? Be 400 feet, which would be totally off that graph anyway. So graph is kind of pointless. All right, let's clear that off. Let's go down. All right, bonus we'll save towards the end here. Let's do problem 7 since it's right up here. All right, a ball is dropped from the top row of the stadium seat. The function gives the height in feet of the ball. How long will it be before the ball hits the ground? Okay, so if we want to figure out when the ball will hit the ground, we're going to make this equation. If this is the height equation, we want to know when the height is 0. That's when it hits the ground. You know, if I want to know when the height is 100, I'd make this equal 100. Or if I want to know when it's 6 feet off the ground, I make it equal to 6. But when I want to know when it hits the ground, the height would be 0. So I'm going to make that equation equal to 0. This is a quadratic, and remember the trick here is if we can divide everything by negative 16, do that. All righty, and so we'll divide this one out. It makes it a whole lot easier. So this becomes a t squared, and then this becomes a minus 9 equals 0. Now there's more than one way to solve this, but I'm going to solve it the way that should help you guys on the test. All right, so we want to solve this by quadratic. Technically, this is t squared plus 0t minus 9. So in this problem, we're going to figure out, okay, what two numbers multiply together to give us the last number, negative 9, add together in the middle to get 0. Now, in this problem, it just so happened to be 0 in the middle. The one on the test, it won't be 0 in the middle, so you'll have a different thing. You'll have to do it this way. So let's see, that would be a positive 3 and a negative 3. So we would get a t minus 3 and a t plus 3. And then to solve, we need to set both of those equal to 0. We'll solve both of those two problems. We get two answers. So we get t equals 3 seconds. And then on this one here, we'd minus the 3 over and t equals negative 3 seconds. Now, which one is the right answer? Well, we can't go backwards in time, so we're not going to have the negative answer. The time is 3 seconds, so it would take 3 seconds for the ball to hit the ground. All right, let's do the next two, and then we'll go to the bonus. All right, this next problem, problem 6 here, is a good kind of combining the two problems that'll be on your test. Your test will have one problem that is just factoring, which will have a number in front, and the other one will be easier one that you have to solve. So I kind of combined the two. I gave you guys the hard factoring that you have to solve. So if you can do this one, you should be able to do both of those that are on the test. All right, so if I want to solve this, first thing I need to do is make this equal to 0. So I got to minus the 11x over. So we get 3 times x squared minus 11x plus 10 equals 0. All right, so I need to then factor this to solve. Since I have a number in front, I need to multiply. So I got to figure out what two numbers multiply together give me 30. Add together to get negative 11. All right, let's see now, 3 and 10, no, 6 and 5. So it'd be negative 6 and a negative 5. Negative 6 plus negative 5 is negative 11. So it'd be x minus 6, x minus 5. But we have to do that one extra step here because we have a number in front. We need to divide by those numbers in front and then simplify or slide. Forgot the always equals 0 here. So 6 does divide by 3, that would be 2. 5 does not divide by 3, so we're going to slide that on over. So a 5x, oh nope, said that backwards, not 5x. a 3x minus 5. Okay, now to solve this, we need to set both of these equal to 0 and tell me what we get. X minus 2 equals 0 and 3x minus 5 equals 0. We're going to get two answers here. All right, this one's easy. I could just add 2 over. So one of the answers is x equals 2. The other answer, okay, this one I'm going to have to add 5 over 5 and then divide by 3, which we'll just say 5/3. That'd be an easier way to write that. So there's our two answers. And since this isn't a story problem, we do have two answers. Okay, last problem here. Identify the intervals on which the function y equals x squared minus 2x minus 48 is negative. Okay, so let's first look at the equation here. Is this parabola going to open up or down? This is going to be a happy face because our a number is positive. So our graph is going to look something like this. The question is, okay, what are these two numbers here? Where does it cross the zeros? And once we can find that, we can say, okay, the negatives is going to be in between those two. Our positives would be outside of them. Our negatives would be in between them. So to find the zeros, we're going to make the equation equal to 0. Okay, so let's solve this problem here. It's already set equal to 0. We just need to factor it. What two numbers multiply together to get us negative 48? Add together to get negative 2. And think about it for a minute. It'd be negative 8 and 6, negative 8 and positive 6. So we'd get x minus 8 and x plus 6 in our factors. But when we set both of them equal to 0 to solve, you can probably know by now the shortcut is that they're going to switch. So it's going to be x equals positive 8, meaning on our positive side over here, we got 8, 0 is one of the roots. And then over here, if we minus the 6 over, we get x equals negative 6. So that means our negative value, our graph is negative below the x-axis in between negative 6 and 8. So that one would be choice B. Okay, guys. Oh, we got to do the bonus, right? Okay, let's do the bonus. So your bonus here, you guys will have, I'm going to open it up for everybody. I'm going to have you guys record a video of you solving this math problem the long way. So we're going to use quadratic regression to find the equation that fits. Okay. And to be honest, I wonder, I'm just going to have to ignore this. Didn't give myself enough room here, but we can do this. Okay, so I know I have a point xy, and we're always going to use the equation y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. All right, so let's start out with the first one. We got the point y is 3 and x is 0. So 3 equals, oh, this is actually going to come out real nice then. A, we don't know, x is 0 squared plus b times x is 0 plus c, we don't know. So if I wanted to write this equation out, it'd be 0a plus 0b plus 1c equals 3. That is super nice. We'll talk about later why. Okay, here's the next thing that we can do. Here, the next point, 5, 2. So same thing, we're going to set this up. Y is 5. A, we don't know. X is 2, so 2 squared plus b, we don't know. X is 2 plus c, we don't know. So if I wanted to rewrite this, okay, 2 squared is 4, so this would be 4a plus, I multiply that, that'd be 2b plus 1c is equal to 5. Okay, now we got to do this again here with the negative 3 and 3. So let's see, y is negative 3, a we don't know, x is negative 3 squared, plus b we don't know, x is negative 3, plus c we don't know. So if I rewrite this one here, let's see, this would be 9a minus 3b plus c equals negative 3. Okay, now normally what we would do is to stack them up. Say, okay, 0a plus 0b plus 1c equals 3. And 4a plus 2b plus 1c equals 5. And 9a minus 3b plus c equals negative 3. But we have like the best thing that ever happened to us. And it's in this problem right here. If I know that 0a, that goes away, really all we know is that c equals 3. So part of our equation, we already have that answer here. Now what that means is I can take these equations here and I can replace them with 3's. So this makes rid of like one of the first two steps of substitution. So ignore this here. I'm just going to write this a little bit neater over here. Let's see. I would have 4a plus 2b plus c is 3 equals 5. So really that first equation I can change to 4a plus 2b minus the 3 over equals 2. And then the bottom equation here, 9a minus 3b plus c, I figured out already from this, is 3 equals negative 3. So I can minus the 3 over and change this to 9a minus 3b equals negative 6. So all we need to do is just this easier version of elimination here to get a and b by itself. Now, unfortunately, if we look at a and b, like a, we can't just multiply the top to turn it, I mean, we can multiply it by something to turn it into 9, you know, b, but we're going to have to multiply both of those. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to multiply the top by 3 and the bottom by 2, so that way both of these b's would be 6. So this would be, okay, 12a plus 6b equals 6. And this one here, if I multiply it by 2, 18a, then this would be minus 6b equals negative 12. Okay, I'm going to add them together. Let's see, we'd get, add them together, that'd be 30a, b's go away, equal, add those together, negative 6. Okay, and then divide. If I divide by 30, it actually comes out to be a fraction, negative 1/5, which is fine. I mean, we can have our expression start out with a negative 1/5. And then finally, we need to figure out what b is. So I can take that answer and I can plug it back in wherever I want. I'm just trying to say, I don't really see a good place to plug it back into, so I'll just use this one here. So 4a is negative 1/5. Ooh, we're going to have some fractions here. Plus 2b, we don't know, equals 2. All right, so let's see, this would be negative 4/5 plus 2b equals 2. All right, we can add 4/5 over. You know, that's like 0.8. So I'm going to use fractions here to get fancy here, because I like being a little fancy. All right, let's see, that's 10/5 plus that'd be 14/5. And if I divide by 2, that'd be 7/5. So we would have a final answer of, let's see, y equals negative 1/5 x squared plus 7/5 x plus 3. And we could check that out on Desmos. If I go ahead, plug these 3 points in on Desmos and type in that equation, it should go through all 3. So you'll get bonus on your test, or I'll make a separate assignment on Canvas. Have you guys record yourself making a video of how to solve it. You know, you guys can use your phone and upload that video, or you can try to use like Screencastify if you want. But if you make a video and you explain just like how I did all the steps, I'll give you guys 10 bonus points, which is really good for a 15-point quiz. So, all right, I'm going to end it there. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching this video. I think you guys will be fine on the test. Have a good one.